Hi everyone, good evening and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, we are diving into two important medical emergency topics, which is the CPR and the AED. So as you all know, the purpose of this is to refresh our knowledge for those who already have an idea about knows that CPR and AED are crucial in saving life, especially in cases of sudden cardiac arrest. Immediate action taken by the trained personnel, the bystander, or the untrained can definitely increase the chance of survival for the person who has been affected. 24 seconds, yeah, you better not stop. You got 24 seconds, can you beat the shot? But you waiting on look daddy, I ain't got that much time. So now, CPR, cardiopulmonary resuscitation, the crucial life-saving procedure that's performed on someone who is unresponsive, who is not breathing normally, or whose heart has stopped. This procedure helps to keep oxygen-rich blood flowing to the vital organs, especially the brain and the heart, until medical team arrives. There are different situations where one can require or need this procedure called CPR. For example, if the person is unconscious, that means the person is not responding to verbal command or physical stimuli. If the person is not breathing normally or gasping for air, this person needs CPR. And if there is no detectable pulse, that indicates a sign of potential cardiac arrest. So therefore, this person also needs emergency CPR. There are 5 critical steps that need to be taken in order to improve the chances of survival in someone who has gone into a sudden cardiac arrest. First one, you recognize the emergency. Is he unconscious? Is he not breathing well? Is there no pulse? Once you recognize emergency, you call for help immediately. Call the local emergency line, which is 911 or your country's own. And you might not be the person calling. You might send other bystanders calling. Then you begin chest compression immediately to maintain circulation. While you are doing the chest compression, someone is going to get the AED machine. That is the third step. The first step is to recognize emergency. The second step is to start early CPR. The third step is the rapid use of the AED, which is the automated external defibrillator. Therefore, the first step is when the emergency medical service arrives and take the person to the office and continue from where you stop. And then the fifth step is the post-cardiac arrest recovery in a hospital. So these are the 5 critical steps to increase the chance of survival. Let's discuss the steps taken to perform an effective CPR. So the first step is you ensure that the scene is safe. You should ensure that the surrounding is safe for you and the person you are trying to save. That is to say that if maybe this house is catching fire now, or this house is getting burnt, getting consumed by fire, and the person you want to rescue inside the fire, you not say because you want to rescue somebody, you not carry yourself and jump inside the fire. Both of you will get caught up in the fire and nobody will be safe. So that's why it's important to check the environment first. If it's safe, that leads us to our next step. It's to check for responsiveness. Tap the person's shoulder and see if there is any response. Hello, can you hear? The person is not responding to verbal command or physical stimuli. Ask the bystander to call the emergency line immediately. While somebody is calling emergency line, you open the airway. How do you open the airway? You tip the head and lift the chin. That's exactly how you open the airway. I'll put a picture up for you to see. After you open the airway, you look and check for breathing for not more than 10. If after 10 seconds there is no breathing, no pulse, start chest compression immediately. Remember that time is very crucial. For each minute that person stays without CPR, the survival rate has dropped by 7 to 10%. Everybody around you play a vital role in the survival of that person. You cannot just be, making video and posting online. They should help you. Call them for help. They will assist you. This is why everybody needs to have an idea of what CPR is. I'm sure by now you all must have understood that there's a difference between CPR and effective CPR. Now, for the effective CPR, there is a proper hand placement that's involved. This is very important to note in order not to cause unnecessary injury to the individual that you are trying to save. So for the proper hand placement, the hand should be at the center of the chest, specifically at the lower sternum. That is between the nipple line. When the person is lying down, you can just visualize the chest and then locate the sternum. Then second, you find the nipple line. That's the ideal hand place. Avoid the sepoid process. Avoid sepoid process. That is the tip of the stick. It can cause unnecessary injury. So now, there are key points to note to consider when performing CPR. The first one is to make sure that your arms are straight, elbows are locked, not like this. So your elbows are locked, and then you are pushing with your upper body weight. You don't work yash. Push with your upper body weight. Yes. Then when compressing, you compress hard and fast, at least 2 inches for an adult, because you are aiming for 100 to 120 compression per minute. For you to get 100 to 120 compression per minute, that means you have to be giving at least 2 compressions in 1 second. Make sure that you allow the heart to refill. I've said this before, if you're not a trained personnel, do not perform rescue breath. Only give effective compression, and then minimize distraction when giving CPR. That is that if you're not giving rescue breath or AED machine, do not stop compression unless the person regain consciousness or the medical team arrive. Moving forward, with CPR, there are different CPR techniques for different age group. Then for adults, you use your 2 hands locked together, compress at least 2 inches, which is 5 centimeters. For adults, you use 2 inches as compression depth. Then aim for 100 to 120 compression per minute. And then the compression ratio is 30 compressions to breaths. 30 compressions to breaths. Then for children, you also use 2 hands with the same compression depth and the same ratio. The only difference is that for smaller children, you don't use 2 hands, you use 1 hand. For the compression ratio, for one rescuer, is 30 compressions to two breaths, but for two rescuer, this is 15 compressions to breath. For infants, by using 2 fingers for one rescuer and 2 thumbs for two rescuer. And then for infants, we use 1.5 inches, which is 4 centimeters. The compression ratio is 15 compressions to breath for two rescuer, and then 30 compressions to breath for one rescuer. And obviously the compression rate is still the same, which is 100 to 120. And that's all about the CPR. So help me answer this question by yourself. If someone should fall down in front of you, what are you going to do? But let's get right into the AED. AED means automated external defibrillator. This is a portable device that analyzes heart rhythm and delivers a shock if needed. It can restore a normal heartbeat in the case of sudden cardiac arrest. And remember, this AED is very crucial in the survival of someone who has gotten into a cardiac arrest. You know one good thing about this AED? It is very user friendly. That means that it comes with a prompt that guides you throughout the process, which means every and anybody can make use of it. Both the trained, the untrained, the bystander, the layman can make use of this. As far as you follow the prompt carefully, you'll be able to use it without any problem. Let me show you. My dear viewers, right here I have the automated external defibrillator. This video is going to be continued because it currently has no sound. I'm going to reshoot the video. Meanwhile, do not forget to like, share, subscribe, give this video a thumbs up. See you in my next video. Stay tuned. Bye. You said I can't trust in you.